Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Gamecast episode 659. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Corey Fonsad
Ahoy!
and Tony Korkanakis.
Yo!
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers.
No
We're,
Mike.
we're live on Twitch, though, and Mike has joined us previously on these chats, so maybe he'll rejoin us on the Gamecast. We don't know. We don't know what he's doing. He's on vacation, but he did join us on the movie cast.
We don't know.
We don't know, but he's on vacation, so enjoy your vacation, Mike. If you don't join us here, we'll see you guys. We'll see you next week there. Anyways, Twitch Tuesday nights 8 o'clock. Join us live. Have some fun chat with us. If not, we're on YouTube, so subscribe, please. That's the way it works in YouTube. That way you get notified, and you can leave us a comment and everything like that. So okay, guys, it is the Gamecast. It is the new week. We have the home stretch before the fall releases really start happening. Really is now. I'm just gonna drop the bombshell that I bought a game over the weekend for my Steam Deck. It is not the game you're all thinking in your heads right now. It is the other game you might think I might get. Baldur's Gate 3.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I picked up Baldur's Gate 3, not Diablo 4, and I apologize to my Diablo 4 people that wanted me to join them. I just...
Don't apologize.
Social media has nailed me like this. I'm seeing way too much fun with this game. I've got to check it out. So I bought it yesterday. I got to play it a bunch yesterday. I didn't get to play it much today, unfortunately, with the day. But I did get to play it. Man, it is a technical D&D fan's dream. Mm-hmm. And then it's also fun to just not... Like, if let's say you're an RPG fan and D&D is kind of intimidating, the game can take over for you and it'll be like, listen, we'll do the randomization for you here. We'll do it for you. Don't get too intimidated here. So I spent an hour yesterday on the character generator. It was an hour. Which is small for D&D. That's not a lot of time, actually. If you're building a character in D&D, you can spend hours on it. Oh, thanks, Churro. See, Churro, I just saw your Baldur's Gate greater than Diablo. Thank you. I gotta say, man, the combat the game is so fun. The way that you can play it and try to break it, and it's an adventure. It's a D&D game, and you can do it multiple different ways and kill people and break down conversations based on your charisma and intelligence and solve puzzles that way, and it is awesome. And I think I did used to play Baldur's Gate 2. I played a little bit of that in the beginning, or at least I played Icewind Dale. Wasn't Icewind Dale an expansion for that when it came out years ago?
Sure.
Years ago. But I gotta give them credit, man. They built a game that's quite solid. There's some glitches, obviously. It's huge, but it's not terrible. It's not crashing. It runs great in the Steam Deck, and I just absolutely love the world they built. The characters that are so far in it, they're so it's got that comedic touch with a D&D thing you would hope to get, and it's got the seriousness of it, just like the movie you guys watched earlier. It's kind of it's got that vibe where it's okay, this is a great universe. This is it's going to be insane what you're going to experience. It just from the start of the game, it's going to be insane what you experience. So I'm very impressed with it so far. Very impressed. And I hope to have more. I'll have more to talk about it on next week.
I mean, they're definitely way different games than...
Sure, yeah.
Diablo.
Diablo is a very rush, fun, loot builder, and this is still a loot builder, but it can be very technical.
I was going to say, it's definitely got way more, I think, adventure-y type feel to it than Diablo. Diablo is just a circuit of get gear, do it again, get gear.
Yeah, you know the loop. You've played the loop.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a stop combat style game to pick what you want to do and choose your actions. Reminds me obviously of Knights of the Old Republic. If you remember that, wasn't that you could pause it and pick your action and build up queue kind of thing? I don't think you can build a queue in this one, but there's so many different wheels to pick from. I'm very, very impressed with the build of this game, and now I understand why it's getting so much love online. Out of nowhere, out of left field, this game really I was not anywhere on this radar, but it's fun.
Yeah, no, most of the people that I played with moved on to Baldur's Gate when it came out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's great. How Blizzard's short-lived these days.
Yeah.
I mean, Baldur's Gate, give it credit though. It's not like the hate of Diablo. It's the greatness of what they built in this universe, and just to be able to do what you want, literally, somehow they've factored so much into this game.
You said, D&D game essentially, and people know the character, the world, and
you build it. You build it, and you play your game the way you play it the way you want.
Right, exactly. It empowers the player. It doesn't take away the choice and stuff like that. And I think that's where we're at these days. Because I mean, you just look at titles Zelda, obviously, gives players a lot of choice. Minecraft, stuff like that. Even Fortnite with
it's that
the
sandbox,
building. Right. People
let
like
the
that
player
kind.
figure out the way they want to do it,
Right.
the way they want to play it.
Right.
Yeah.
You let them express themselves through the gameplay, and
you're not
people
wrong
love that.
for whatever way you decide. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. I mean, it is crazy because it was in early access or whatever for a long time, and I had a couple friends that were like really into it and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'll just wait for the full release, whatever, and stuff like that. But the culture of like zeitgeist for this is insane, like absolutely insane.
Some of the patch notes were just ridiculous. They fixed penis C and penis D. In the patch notes. There's some craziness that you see online from this game, and that's the idea of what you're saying. Like, there's so much freedom in this game to do and play it however you want to play it.
Well, what's funny is I saw a short like TikTok or whatever where it was like player or streamers reacting to taking off all their clothes. Yeah, right. And in most games, it's like, okay, you're just in your underwear basically. Right. But this is like, nope, you see everything. And it's like people aren't expecting it. They're like, what? And like just having a reaction. All of it's not genuine, I'm sure, but still, it's just kind of funny. Like, because I would react that same way, like, oh shit, that's a dick, that's some balls, that's some titties, like whatever. It's like cool. But I mean, one of the things like just I love and what I'm like teetering on, because I probably will get this game now because everything's sounding good.
You can play it in 3 players too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool.
Cool. Yeah.
I saw somebody tweet about how they killed this woman NPC to take her items or something like that, but then used a scroll of resurrection to revive her, and then this NPC thought that the same character was her savior and like rescue, like, oh my god, you saved me, and like is now indebted to this player. And I'm just like, that is amazing. Like, that is so freaking, it's dark, but it's kind of funny. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna murder and rob you, but then I'll revive you so that you think I'm your hero. There's no downside, right? It's just like, that is awesome.
Yeah. And then there's a surprising amount of detail to finding people's underwear in this game as well. There's the beheaded or bedded in one of the guy's underwears. Like, if you own these underwear, you could read like the comments and things. You own these underwear, you either bedded or beheaded me, and congrats. That's what it says in the underwear.
Yeah, because it says either way you got lucky.
Yeah, either way you got lucky. Yeah. So it's really funny, and it's just not even that part of it, but like the combat, the way you can break down the combat, the way you can explore the world is just free. Just whatever you want to, like, it's unbelievable you can build a game this open, like this much different, to play it this many different ways. So cool.
There was Turo mentioned there's like a video of Matt Mercer stacking boxes on, and just like he like uses crates to just climb a scale, like
that's awesome,
a wall or something. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, this is your world. That's exactly, it's just that's absolutely right, Churro. That's what I'm saying. Like, it is, you literally play it the way you want to play it. Like, I've heard that before in games, but literally this is, you do it in this game. You play it the way you want to play it. So, cool. All right, that's it for me so far. Corey?
Didn't get to do too much gaming this week, so
okay, no problem. That's it. All right, Tony?
Finished up Pikmin 4.
Nice.
Very lengthy, very meaty game.
Oh, was it long? Okay, I was gonna say, how long was it?
Well, so my final stats, the final count was 40 hours. But that is like, I 100%ed everything. I did every possible thing in this game because you only get these once a decade so far. That's the cadence. So I was like, I'm gonna do every fucking thing possible. I mean, because it's fun, but first of all, I was like, I really want to enjoy this game. But I did do a lot of resources because I did a deathless run in Pikmin, which if you don't know, like, it is very hard to do. Like, it's almost like playing StarCraft or Warcraft and like not losing a unit. Like, it's almost, it's almost that level of like, yeah, it's a lot of like, restarts. It's like I would lose one Pikmin and be like, oh my god, like. And it's because of like a stupid error. I would like throw something, but I would.
You're going so you don't lose anything.
Any Pikmin, right?
Any Pikmin. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, because this is like, I mean, there's one time I was in a cave, right, and I flicked the controller a little bit too much to like point my pointer at something else, and I just like pointed into the void, and like I just threw a Pikmin, and you see him go, and he goes, and like makes the death noise, and you see the little soul come out, and I was like, I'm so sorry, buddy. Like, I'm gonna restart that right now. Like, let's rewind time, go back, and stuff like that. But yeah, no, the game is so fun. I just really can't praise it enough. In a world without Zelda this year, this would actually be my front runner for game of the year. Like,
that's the thing. This year is so crazy with games like
stacked. Like everything has been.
Yeah,
like,
and I haven't touched Street Fighter 6. I haven't touched Star Wars.
I know. And Star Wars
Baldur's
is
Gate,
fantastic.
you know,
Baldur's
Starfield
Gate
has yet
is
to come
incredible.
out, right?
So,
but I mean, they did a fantastic job. The graphics are amazing. The gameplay was just so good. Like what Nintendo does with a lot of their titles that they choose to is that slow but steady progression of difficulty, right? Where it's like the first like level or two or whatever, it's like, okay, here you go. It's like baby's first fill in the blank, right? It's like, okay, we're gonna take it from the shallow end here. It's like, here's how you do this, and here's how you do this. But then by the end of the game, it's just like, okay, now do all of these things at the same time, and it's like, wait, what? And I made the mistake one night because I was like kind of stuck on how. So usual gameplay is like, hey, every day you have a certain amount of time, you have to collect as many things as you can before the day is up and stuff like that. That's great. But with this one, they have these what they call Dendori battles, right? Where it's like they give you challenges where like you're timed like 5 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever, and you have to achieve a certain goal, whether it's defeat all the enemies, collect all the things in like just one small level. But it's such tightly tuned and designed that it's like you really have to shave off seconds anytime you can. It's almost like speedrunning in a way, right? Where it's just like you have to find that optimal route, that optimal pathing and stuff like that. So there's one I was stuck on. I was like, I just could not understand what I was doing wrong. Like I was like, I'm missing something here, right? So I made the mistake of looking up a clip on YouTube, and this one person was absolutely destroying every. Like I was like, because it was like halfway through a stack of levels, right? And so I had to watch him play two to get to the point I was at. But just watching him do these other ones, I was like, holy shit! I thought I was okay at this game, but I'm not. Like this person is just crazy. Like they're doing everything. I'm just like, oh my god. Like
it's one of those things where it's like you think you're the best, like because you are the best, and you're arrogant at something. And it's like, oh, like I'm so good, and like nobody can touch me. And then you get to the bigger pool of players or whatever. And you're like, oh, what? I'm a small fish.
Yeah, but it's okay. Whatever. I did it. I'm happy.
Nice. Cool, man.
Cool. All right. Let's get into some news. We've got a bunch going on. Let's see. We had the Switch numbers last week. I think right after the podcast, I think these came out. Switch worldwide sales, 129.53 million. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 18.5 million sold. Switch is selling like almost 130 million copies of hardware units.
Yep.
Switch worldwide sales. That's incredible.
Yep. Remember when you said you doubted it would reach 100 million?
Yeah. I remember. I was there.
That was good.
I said it.
I know. I just
bragging, right?
Was
that? That includes all versions.
All models. Yeah. All Switch family. They call it the Switch family or like that. No, but I mean that's awesome. It's within earshot now of DS and PS2. Those are the two ones that.
Where's the DS on there? Like, where's that at?
I want to say DS is around like 148, 149, and PS2 is at like 151 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's around that. It's like just there. It's really going to depend on. So, I mean, we have the holiday period and Q1 of 2024. That should get them to another, I want to say like 8 million or so. So we can just say 138 by, that. It really is going to depend on the plan of Switch 2 or whatever, we want to call it. If they're going to just drastically be like, hey, we're not even producing Switches anymore. Move on to the next one, right? Because that's kind of what Microsoft and Sony did with their systems, right? They didn't want you buying PlayStation 4s or Xbox Ones anymore. They wanted you to buy the new stuff. Yep. Or it could be like, hey, here's Switch 2. It's probably going to be more expensive. Probably going to be like, $399 or something like that. But if you don't want that, here's regular Switch for, $250 or whatever, something like that, and do a price drop. If they go that route, it will probably absolutely sell another like 10, 12 million units in 1-2 years to.
Yeah, I mean the Switch Lites are, such great deals. Like if you drop those.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for a while I wasn't seeing those. Yeah.
So yeah, PS2 is 155. I have here.
Oh, 155. Okay.
Yeah, 154 for DS.
Okay, there you go. Higher than I thought, but yeah.
Yeah.
So okay,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't
Either
think
way,
it's
it's
gonna
still
happen,
the
but it's
third
possible. It is impressive. Yeah, it's absolutely impressive.
It
For a
really
company,
will depend on Switch 2.
Yeah. It will.
also, I mean, for a company that flopped so hard with Wii U to make a comeback like that, that's the impressive part. Like, so
Yeah, absolutely. And this is without a price
They
drop at
sold
all.
10 times the amount of Switches that they did.
Yeah, of Wii U. Yeah, exactly. Wii U is just unfortunate part of the legacy there. But and then Tears of the Kingdom, I just got to say, 18 million. So that only covers up until the end of June, right? So that's half of May because it launched half through May, and then June. That's it. 18 million in less than 2 months is pretty fucking insane. Because I mean, remember last year when we talked about Elden Ring? I mean, I think it hit 12 million or something like that in almost a similar time frame. That was multi-platform on everything. That had all the zeitgeist there and stuff like that. So I mean, that is just an impressive rate. That's half of what Breath of the Wild has done in 7 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely insane. But you have a much better install base at this point.
Yeah, but then you still look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, because I know we talked about that last week, and that sold another million something units in 3 months. In 3 months, it's still going. Crazy. It's still going.
Yeah. So I think it's impressive. It really is. And the other news we had today was the Pokemon Stadium 2 is now available on the online Switch Online. And what was the other game? Pokemon Trading Card game?
Trading Card game on Game Boy.
Yeah. Impressive. It's all released this morning, so you can play that now. Pokemon Stadium was such a huge game for the N64. So
it's kind of funny seeing like online reactions, right? Because especially on Twitter or Reddit, where like I feel people who are unhappy are more vocal.
They're gonna post. Yeah, they're gonna post.
They're gonna post, and they're like, "Oh, Pokemon Stadium, look, blah blah blah." And it's funny because like Matt from Circana, former NBD, is like, people forgot how big of a deal that was back then, and posted the charts, and it was the #1 game of the year or something like that, which is just goes to show like it is a big game. If you don't think it is to yourself personally, that's fine, but I mean, let's not underplay achievements and stuff like that. So it's just funny.
Yeah, it was. Let's see. We talk about Microsoft real quick. Two things for them. One, we've got their Game Pass subscription no longer $1. It was $1 for 30 days. Now it's $1 for 14
like the special promotion that they had was.
That's changed.
Sign up for $1 for a month, and now it's half that.
Yep.
Yeah. Less than half that.
In the looming Starfield launch, they've changed this.
I didn't forecast this specifically, but I said right before Starfield, Xbox will fuck with Game Pass. They'll increase the price, and this is like just in the same vein.
It's a precursor to that. Right? I mean, it's essentially basically saying you're gonna have to sign up for this. You can't just do the trial if you want to beat Starfield.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think, and I get that too. They want to get their money for that. But I mean, I get it. So the price, but they haven't raised the price yet. So give them credit on that. Again.
Well, when does it take effect? They announced it. I just don't.
Oh, I thought it was already in effect. It's not anymore. It's not yet.
I don't know. You said they didn't raise the price.
I thought it was. Oh no, they didn't raise the prices for this yet. I thought they raised it earlier in the year. Game Pass, I thought was already going. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna look it up right now. Microsoft price hike is good on. Oh Jesus, I gotta skim this article real quick. I'm good. Fill in time.
No, suffer.
Immediately on July 6th.
Okay.
Wait, no, that's new Game Pass members will see the new prices. If you're an existing Game Pass monthly subscriber, these new recurring prices will not take effect until August 13th. So yes, they're okay, right?
A month before.
Yep.
That's new members will see the prices. Before. Yeah, new members are already paying this price, but the old subscribers will get the forced increase on the 13th of August. So yeah, not wrong. So there's the increase. So there's the increase for a game that
people
for a game that has no demo at Gamescom. Is it more about the fact that this game maybe is not good for a short demo, or is this game coming in hot? What do you think, guys?
Probably a little of both, but more likely it's just they're focused on making the game and not trying to put a demo out that doesn't help them at all at this point.
You still got to piece together a demo, right? Like you got to give them a
I mean, you take resources away of making the game.
I mean, so that's the reasonable take, right? Yes, but I'm not here to be reasonable. I think this is a bad sign, and this swung me back into the I don't know about this anymore. Like,
Because like, because let's go like normal case scenario here. There's a month left, less than a month now. At Gamescom, when's Gamescom? Is it happening or is it next week? Or is it last week? I don't know.
No,
Gamescom
it has not happened yet.
Yeah, it's next week. It's next week. Gamescom's next week. The game should be icing on the cake, gold done essentially at this point, right? There's patching going on. So
Wednesday the 23rd of August. So
it's weeks. Later. Yeah, I mean, that's later. The thing. Like,
it's so close to launch.
2 weeks away.
And like, here's the thing: I could understand if they didn't want to do a show floor demo, right? Because that would be weird. Because like, how long can you? What kind of experience can you get in that short of a time, right?
All day for it.
But you're not playing 30 minutes and getting.
But at least have like the press do like behind closed doors demos. Maybe that's their plan. But I in anything I read, they didn't announce that. Or
I didn't get that from this. No.
Which to me is just insane. Because again, if I were Phil Spencer and I were running Microsoft and I just came off the lows of Redfall and admitting on an Xbox podcast that, yeah, even if Starfield does come out and is a 10 out of 10, it's not going to change the fate of the Xbox. I would be like, and I knew this game was good, right? I knew that this game was good because I was there and I played it. Was helping them, make business decisions. And stuff like
he's
that,
played it. There's no chance he hasn't played it. Yeah.
I would be like, I need to show this off because we need to gain positive momentum here, people. Like, we need to get the word out. We need that positive buzz. Fucking Gamescom, let's go, right? That's what I would do.
Especially if your argument is that they automatically reduce your review scores based on it not being like, certain. They're saying like, oh, they always reduce our scores by like, it's always a 7, where Sony gets boosted in scores. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing what he said. Right. But if you're making that comment about reviewers and you're having a problem with that, then throw the game out there for other people to see it in the front. Get ahead of it. Show them how amazing it looks.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think there should be a demo available, and
in some capacity, again, even if it's just for the press behind closed doors, so they can get out articles that says, "Yo, Starfield is gonna be the real deal, folks. Like, get your Xboxes, get your Game Pass, get your PC ready, and stuff like that." But again, what do I know? I'm not a CEO of gaming and stuff like that.
How hard if you take one of their main planets that they've built, that's got to be done by now, and just give a person a 30-minute demo on the floor. In that you have a character already pre-made, they just pick up a controller and go in that section.
Yeah,
you experience the game. Like, I don't think it's out of the question. I'm not.
Yeah. Again, Corey's take is the most reasonable one, and also probably the most likely one. But I'm not here to be reasonable tonight. Microsoft has not earned it. Microsoft has not earned it. Yes.
Churro chimed in and said pre-ordering this game is brave. I have to agree. Yeah.
It just. I mean, why would you pre-order this, right? Why would you, right? Because first of all, if you are a Game Pass subscriber, you're golden. You don't need to. You just need to hit that preload button, right? But if you're not a person that is already invested in the Xbox ecosystem, why would you? Why wouldn't you just wait, right? How many times have people been burned now by Xbox games, right? Yeah. Redfall, Halo Infinite, anything that's not Forza, basically. State of Decay, like all these games have disappointed, right? So,
yeah. So, all right. We'll see about that. With Baldur's Gate 3, I forgot to mention this when I mentioned the game. Second place in the only behind Hogwarts Legacy for top 2023 users, concurrent players. 400,000 plus concurrent players for the game. On Steam. This is on Steam, these results. So they built capacity, I think, for 100,000 concurrents.
They projected, I forget his name, but he tweeted, he's like, I told our engineers that 100,000 is my high-end expectation.
Yeah. And I heard that number grew from 400 to like 700 recently.
Yeah. Yes.
It's gone up. The game's blown up. Give them credit. Like, this is awesome. It's awesome to have this.
I'm happy. I'm sad. Even if I don't wind up getting this game, but I'm leaning more towards getting it.
This year has just been so amazing. That's what's so great about it.
But you have, a game that is not. I'm gonna handle Final Fantasy a little bit right now, right? Where it's not trying to venture out into new territory to capture a new audience. It's not riffing off of other popular media franchises to try to gain a different subsection of an audience or anything like that. They're just like, hey, this is what we do. This is what we're good at, and we're just doubling down. We're tripling down on it. It's Baldur's Gate 3. Let's say triple. We're tripling down on it. The CRPG systems, the character creation, the interaction, the freedom to play the game you want. We're tripling down on all that stuff because that's what people loved about our games, right? And they're being rewarded for it. And I am so happy for them for that. It's to my knowledge, there's no DLC, right? There's no cosmetic monetization bullshit.
There was something for $20 in the was it $20? It was like a digital deluxe pack or something like that. So I don't know what that is, but on the Steam store.
But like, there's no battle pass. This and the other.
Not that I'm aware of on that. Yeah, there's nothing that I'm aware of on that. But I'm guessing it's a $20 like DLC pack at some point. Because like I know Baldur's Gate 2 had a lot of expansions. They did, and that was back before DLC existed. You know what I mean? That was like way back in the olden days.
Shro chimed in and said it's cheap and just starter stuff. So like,
okay,
I guess if you're intimidated by a new genre, but
yeah,
you know.
So, all right, it's awesome. Good for them. Congrats. Let's talk about Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering collaborations have been going crazy. We talked about it on a couple of the episodes before. The One Ring card sold for, what did that sell for last?
$2 million.
$2 million. Post Malone.
Post Malone. I mean, this is like printing money, these collaborations. And I brought this on the podcast because now the next collaboration announced was, I think, Assassin's Creed as well. But Final Fantasy is the collaboration, the next one. Was it Assassin's Creed as well?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay,
Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy.
So they're dabbling in the video game world. They're giving us Assassin's Creed, but I think the big one is Final Fantasy here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Excited? I know I'm actually excited.
I'm super excited.
The other.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
I can't wait to see what they do.
This time
is it a secret lair or is it going to be?
It is a full blown set like Lord of the Rings. Okay. It will have booster packs, booster boxes,
just like the Lord of the Rings. Gotcha.
Right. You know, I imagine they'll have commander decks and stuff like that. Because some of the collabs so far, like Walking Dead or Godzilla or whatever, have just been like secret lair where it's like, hey, or like Fortnite where it's like, hey, Street Fighter where it's like you buy one thing for $30-$40 bucks and it's X amount of specific cards and you know what you're getting, and that's great. Don't get me wrong, I love that. But I loved how they did Lord of the Rings. Like honestly, even if you don't play Magic, just like go look at the cards. Like just the way they represent the characters, the art, even the references. If you understand the gameplay mechanics, you're like, oh wow, okay, like that makes sense.
Yeah, the way they incorporate the characters with the way the cards play and stuff. Yeah.
Right, with the cards work, like
they just fit so well.
It just exactly. It fits so well. So I'm so excited to see what they can do with Final Fantasy. And it's not just one or two particular Final Fantasy games. They announced it's from the first game all the way up to 16. So we're getting the whole gamut. I imagine all the number titles, hopefully even some of the spin-offs and stuff like that. Like it's so cool. And the worst part to me as a fan of both Magic and Final Fantasy, despite what I've been saying about Final Fantasy 16 the past couple months, like is waiting until 2025 because it's not next year. It's 2025.
It's gonna be a while.
So we're not.
But you gotta get that Lord of the Rings stuff going through a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Kill it already. But no, I mean, did you see Gen Con is like the biggest board game convention in America, and that just happened last week. And Lorcana was just ridiculous. People waited the entire day to get through that. And it was the crowds there. It was just like madness. Wow, ridiculous to see.
I just got the email from Heroes of Might and Magic, the board game. I'd forgotten about that I had signed up for that announcement. They're getting ready to launch too, so that's exciting. I'm excited for that game.
It's like these trading card games though. It's crazy, and like apparently there was some theft happening at Gen Con as well.
Yeah, they got
$100,000 worth of cards.
But they were caught. They were caught, right?
Yeah. I think so. I didn't get to finish the article, but I was like, whoa, I didn't even realize this stuff was going on.
How is that possible? That's insane. It's inside jobs.
I'm sure.
No way around that.
But I mean, again, it's cool. Like to me, trading card games, I thought was one of those things that might just go out, right? With like digital technology, right? Like everybody's on mobile devices.
Just kind of came out and just like, what is this? This is amazing.
Yep, exactly. I was really worried, but they weathered it. They discovered what worked for them and just iterated it again. And
it's that the FOMO, preying on that a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Absolutely, for sure.
You got to, because it's a collectible. It's a collectible game, and like you want those serialized. I mean, serializing those cards like just shot up the collectible. Aspect
I'm excited for the Final Fantasy game, the collaboration. Like I said, I'm going to pick up a couple packs of that. it's a cool thing they do. So I can't wait for some more of these.
Yeah.
But,
so then the other cool thing too is like just speculating on this. So like Magic has really leaned into like alternate art frames and stuff. First of all, alternate art, but also alternate borders and frames and card design and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I'm hoping that they get, you know, because like, okay, imagine we're getting like Cloud and Tifa and, you know, popular characters like that.
Sure.
And it's great to do like the modern artwork or like the game artwork or something like that. But I would love to have versions of like the Amano art, right? Like he always does for the
absolutely,
right?
Yes.
Like
I know exactly what you're absolutely
right, because I mean the thing is, Wizards has hired Amano in the past to do one of their most popular characters, Leon of the Veil, and I have a card. I don't even play it. I just like have it in my binder.
There's a history already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
let's do it. That's great. I'm more excited now. I hope. Yeah, please. Yep. That's cool. So, all right. What else do we have in the old news today? So let's see. We've got that done. Oh, we have Evo. Let's finish up with Evo.
Yes.
That's why I saved Evo for last. Okay, guys. So we've got collaborations again. We've got crazy tournaments. We've got keys to the cities. We've got a lot of stuff going on with Evo. So I guess the first thing that to break down first, let's go collaboration. They announced, and I will say the price is insane, but Street Fighter, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collaboration launched today. Gear, skins, cosmetics. You know, that's what that is in the game. A little pricey though, right?
Yeah. So it's $15 per turtle, which I think is a little high. Like considering the turtles themselves are all kind of palette swaps, right? You know, let's just call it what it is.
I could see like $5 a turtle. I could see that.
I think I'd say $10 is fair.
I think 10 would be fair, but like just do all 4 for 20 or something, right?
Yeah, 4 for 20 would be
because I think it was only like as a character it was like 10 on Injustice 2 or something like that. I saw people talking about it today, but I get it because like first of all, Nickelodeon is trying to revive Turtles, probably commands more of a premium these days, and you know whatnot. So I get it, but it looks so cool. It looks
the art was awesome. Cool. Yeah, they did a great job with it. I'm like, it's exciting. I gotta check it out. So.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure it'll go on sale at some point. So if 15 is a little too high, I'm sure you can get it for half off or something.
They'll probably bundle them. They'll bundle them at some point. But it's impressive. It's surprising. The artwork. I mean, I can't say that enough. That artwork.
Oh, the Shakira art. Yeah.
Yeah, the Shakira art was amazing. It's so cool to see these turtles in that style. I'm sorry, I can keep looking at it.
It is so cool. Like I love Shakira's art style. Like I mean, I love most Capcom arts, but like when they did their MVC3 artwork, I was just like, because I mean you're right, because I love like comic characters, even though I might not like the comics anymore, but like also Capcom characters, and seeing them drawn by like the same artist, like it's just so cool. Anytime they do this, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Mm-hmm. So so they also got. The mayor of Las Vegas gave the founders of Evo the key to the city and declared August 6th National Evo Day as well. Like, it's insane how big Evo. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
I posted pictures in the Discord, but I didn't even realize Evo was that ginormous these days.
I didn't know either.
I mean, it is. You know, when we say EO, because that used to be like kind of like, okay, it was a fighting game tournament, you know, whatever and stuff like that. Yep. But it is its own thing now. It is its own beast, an entity. I knew people that just weren't even competing. They just wanted. It was just like a fighting game convention, right? It's just like, I love fighting games. Like, I'm not competitive with it. I'm not good enough, but like I just want to go and be around people that just play it, right? Mm-hmm. And stuff like that. And I just think that is so cool because again, like there was that era, right, where fighting games just were not around. We're basically dead until Street Fighter 4 came out, and I know we've talked about this on the podcast, and we'll continue to talk about it on this podcast. Until Street Fighter 4 came out, we're just like, oh shit, let's get back into this because everybody's
realized everybody's passion for it, and then it just like the competition got better, and then all these new games came out, and they were getting better and pushing each other to be better, and it's like. Yeah, and because like you always think of like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, but there's like so many of these other games that, and Evo is just highlighting them, making them, bringing them up into the spotlight and showing how like these other, developers have, utilize different ways to make fighting games, not just with Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat style.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats to Mike, by the way. Gold 3. Go on.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So go on. Yeah.
But the thing is, just like I love it because even the fighting games I don't like I don't care for Tekken myself, but I was watching those finals. Like, and just seeing people at the highest caliber of play is just so exciting. And I say this even to my friends, like even like League of Legends. I'm not into League of Legends anymore, but I will absolutely watch Worlds. I will absolutely watch like the best of the best for that year, because
you posted a video of like a blind guy playing Street Fighter. So
yes, he won he won that bracket, I think, if I remember correctly. But that's amazing. Like a sight impaired person playing a fighting game, just on paper, sounds ridiculous, right? But like
you can play it, sure, but like in a high competition like that is, that's crazy.
That is amazing, and it just kudos to Capcom for the accessibility on Street Fighter 6 to be able to do that, because I haven't experienced, but my understanding is like there are there are audio cues for literally everything, like stance changing, distance between you and your opponent, et cetera, et cetera. Where it's just like, damn, like they really thought about this, right?
That's crazy how much you have to do for that. That's awesome. So,
and then lastly, like the Street Fighter 6, like I wouldn't even say the top 6, but like the last day of Street Fighter 6 was absolutely awesome to just watch. Like every character was almost represented that I saw. And just the matches were awesome. Like people getting sent to losers bracket and then trying to wake their way back up the losers bracket and stuff like that. You had like some old school players like trying to fight tooth and nail to get back up and stuff like that. And it's just awesome seeing like these stories and everything like that. And the guy that won was pretty incredible. I think he's a Ken player. If I recall correctly. But I was rooting for that and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, it's
recommend watching the VODs for that. I mean, you want to see high level Street Fighter play, and the commentary is insane. They're like just talking about things. I'm just like, that's crazy.
And that's a lot of the fun part of it too. If you get good commenters, they can really enhance the experience, because sometimes it's like those animes. Like you gotta tell us everything that's happening in these fights, because we don't understand. We don't
exactly. We don't understand.
Because like how difficult something is. Like, well, that's like whatever, it looks whatever. But like then the commentators explain like, dude, that was just so impressive because of how difficult that maneuver or whatever in that situation. It just gives you more appreciation for what's happening on the screen, because sometimes you can just like get lost and like, whoa, okay,
lost in the sauce. Absolutely. So just happy with Street Fighter 6. I still need to pick that up. Evo has pushed me to get it like very, very soon now. But also just like the future of fighting games, like I'm excited, even though I might not get it. I'm excited for Tekken to come out. Even excited for Mortal Kombat to come out. They showed a new trailer. I didn't understand who the characters were. It's just I think the genre and gaming is just big enough now. All these different fighting games can be successful without stepping on each other's toes,
Absolutely.
right, and stuff like that. So.
There's enough an audience, so that's cool. All right, and then that's it for the news, guys. That's gonna wrap up this episode of the Gamecast. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, we're live on Twitch Tuesday nights. Please join the conversation. It's a lot of fun. We're on YouTube the following day. Subscribe to both channels so you get notified when we post, so you get the latest and greatest. You can pop in on Tuesdays whenever you're available, and watch us on Wednesdays on YouTube. So once again, thanks for tuning in. We're done for the night. We'll see you guys next week.
Adios.